Not elegant, but simple. And going over some railroad tracks. Very nice. I think it just ate that up nicely. This thing is pretty smooth, at least for the price. The size is not bad. It's a (2023) Hyundai Elantra, the base model. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to be driving around today in. And some quick specs about this one. This is going to be powered by a 2-liter turbocharged, by the way, inline 4, pushing around 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. And yes, this one is our CVT transmission that Hyundai and Kia tend to love quite a bit as well too. But anyway, let's do a quick little walk around of this vehicle. Feels sporty, like this handle makes me feel like I'm in a sports car when I'm really in just a simple economy car. It's deceiving, but I forgive it for that. And yes, I have listened to your guys' suggestions. As you can see, we have a second GoPro mounted on the car for a different POV. It's a work in progress. We're gonna have a little bit more GoPro sitting around the car next time, but eventually we're gonna have a car decked out in GoPros with a bunch of different angles, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, front wheel drive, very simple and elegant design language with a lot of sharp body lines. Again, the thing is, this car actually feels sporty to drive, and once you get used to it, it also has a very good decent amount of gas mileage as well. Forgive me, it's a little bit dirty, but we have a decent amount of trunk space. Super dirty, so I'm not gonna showcase that too much, but a good amount of trunk space. And if you hop inside, cloth seats all around. No cup holders in this one, but you have your storage down here. And going back to appreciate the front, because I don't think I appreciated the front enough. Look at how that thing looks. Imagine this Hyundai simply blacked out. I think that car would look menacing. No chrome, no nothing, just purely blacked out. It will look good. No sunroof, but we have a little fin up here. Coming inside, you can see the first thing that looks majorly different is gonna be our steering wheel. It looks nice, it looks iconic. It's almost shaped like a little H, a little bit. You can kind of see it, but a little bit. Again, textured plastics all around here, and a little bit of leather actually. All of this is soft touch material, so it's not bad at all. And for those wondering, we don't have power shifters, but we do have a manual mode and we do have a sport mode. You can see in the little corner over there that we have activated our sport mode. Putting this thing in drive, we're gonna do a light little acceleration. Not bad at all. Very simple car actually. Light, it's nimble, and it's pretty easy to get used to, and it's also pretty affordable as well. And we can actually, the thing about this having a second GoPro, what it helps with is that we can switch POVs to see how our suspension handles rides like this. And yes, this thing is pretty smooth, at least for the price. The size is not bad. It's a mid-size sedan. Probably competes with likes of the Civic. Doesn't compete with the Accord because I don't think it's as roomy as the Accord, but I haven't driven the Accord yet, so it is what it is. But the only reason we can't go too crazy is that our AC is on. If I turn off my AC, we probably get a little power bump, but it probably won't be enough to make that big of a difference. But I'll sacrifice some comfort to try out without having AC. We're gonna do a quick 0 to 60, test out our cruise control, but the ride quality of this one, it's not bad. I hear a little bit of road noise, so it's probably gonna be accentuated when you're on the highway, but overall it's simple. Not elegant, but simple. And going over some railroad tracks, Very nice. I think it just ate that up nicely. And the thing is, the suspension, it feels tight. Feels like I can take a corner at a ridiculous amount of speed and actually be planted to the ground. Would I probably slide if I was in the snow or rain? Most definitely yes. But since we're not in any snow or rain or ice, we can be a little bit ballsy, you know? Time for a quick 0 to 60 test as well. Just close to 100. Definitely takes a sweet time getting to 100 though, but most people won't be doing standstills from 0 to 60 every single time. So if you want to become a civilized person, we'll put it in smart mode. That's our most eco-friendly mode we have, and we'll keep it going. As you can see, everything quietens down just a little bit more. This is not as fancy as any of the N lines at all. This one is more basic, more affordable, and more cheap for the average person, which is a nice little nut because Hyundai has really stepped up its game. Their cars have become better, they look nicer, and they kind of perform really well too. You have to give credit. You have to give credit where credit is due. Hyundai has stepped up its game, and they're doing a really good job at it too. But for those wondering how we gauge our cruise control, press a button over here and our cruise control is engaged. Do we have lane keep assist? Yes, we do. We have lane keep assist as well. So a combination of both cruise control and lane keep assist basically means that you're going to have the best fuel economy out there, because the engine's going to keep at optimal between 1000 and 2000 RPM as we are right now. We're just going to keep on cruising indefinitely. And if you're wondering about our current range, we have 200 kilometers and we're just below half a tank. Not bad at all. Very simple and easy to get used to this car. And the thing I like is that they didn't decide to go fully digital gauge cluster. You have half and half. Half of this is analog, and then the little corner over here is digital. Gives it a nice little moi to it, basically. It's just tasteful. It's nice to have. It's not gonna be just one gigantic screen that goes all the way to the back. As much as some people say they love them, I really don't like them. I would rather prefer to have half and half, a little bit of analog and some digital in there. And yes, for those wondering, we do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It gets finicky sometimes with the Bluetooth, but if you connect it through wired connection, it's simple and actually pretty straightforward. And if we sit in silence, you realize how tiny this engine actually is compared to our American counterparts. The American cars have a displacement of at least 3 liters half the time. The Asian countries and every other country out there seems to have engines that are way smaller than what the Americans are used to producing. The smallest displacement engine I can think of that the Americans produce is like the Chevy Spark. That's the smallest, which is like a 1 liter engine pushing around maybe close to 100 horsepower-ish. And its direct competitor would be something like a Mitsubishi Mirage, which is even tinier. But anyway, this has been Morty in the 2023 Hyundai Elantra. Just gave you a quick little POV drive and experimenting with another POV as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care and peace.